10 Untruths about money. Money has always been a subject of fascination, desire, and even confusion for many of us. Amidst the myriad of advice and beliefs surrounding financial success, it's important to separate fact from fiction. In this video, we explore 10 commonly held untruths about money and shed light on the realities that lie beneath. From the elusive pursuit of happiness to the correlation between hard work and financial success, we debunk misleading notions and provide a fresh perspective. So, let's dive into the world of finance, challenge conventional wisdom, and uncover the truths that can shape our financial journeys. But before we continue, allow me to welcome you to another video of Finance Sense, where we cover all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. So make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new to our channel, and please click the notification bell. Now, without further ado, let's start. Number 1. Happiness cannot be bought with money. For a lot of people, financial success will undoubtedly alleviate the majority of the challenges they face, and, as a side effect, will lead to increased levels of happiness. However, when you have reached the pinnacle of success, money becomes meaningless, and its value decreases. You will inevitably reach a point where you are unable to think of the next exciting thing to do, and that's the top 1% of the top 1%. Thinking that more money won't significantly improve your life is quite foolish. When you have a little bit more money, that's the one time it won't make a difference in your life. Number 2. Save money so you can afford to retire. This is like making an investment. Unless you have been investing and saving for the previous 30 years or generating more money than you need, this will never work. Now, there are a lot of different reasons why the majority of people aren't going to be able to make use of this strategy. To start, the cost of living is constantly rising, making it difficult to put aside enough money to keep living the same way you did before you started saving. 20 years from now, your $1,000 savings will be worth a lot less. Additionally, there is the impact of inflation gradually eroding the value of your savings. Depending solely on savings for retirement also assumes that you will have a steady and continuously growing income until your retirement age. Number 3. Talking about money all the time will attract more of it. Taking steps to improve your financial status and having a troubling obsession with money are two very different things. There is a common belief that you attract what you focus on or discuss frequently, as it heightens your awareness of related opportunities. However, this principle doesn't necessarily apply to money. Contrary to popular belief, wealthy individuals don't spend a significant amount of time discussing money when they are socializing. Number 4. You can get rich by investing. To get wealthy through investment, you will need a significant amount of capital or a substantial amount of time. Neither option is a viable alternative. If we disregard those rare and extraordinary to the moon investments that everyone is fervently pursuing, understanding the situation requires basic mathematical analysis. You need to realize that throughout the course of market history, the S&P 500 index fund has generated an average return of somewhere between 9 and 10%. Having your money in stocks is unquestionably superior to keeping it in your bank account. But should you expect it to make you wealthy? Well, that's not always the case. Hindsight often leads people to believe they are the best investor in the world, but that's not a reliable measure of success. Number 5. Your money problems will go away if you stop spending money on things you don't need. When we talk about unnecessary spending, we often refer to expenses that are lower than $500 a month for the average person. If an additional $500 per month is what you need to break out of your financial crises, then the problem rests not with the amount that you spend, but rather with the amount that you make. You can always add more value to yourself, but you can only eliminate so much from your life before you are left with nothing more than a mattress and a box of instant noodles. If you want to save money, it's a good idea to pay attention to where it's going and how it's being spent. But that doesn't mean you should get rid of anything that isn't absolutely necessary. Number 6. Money requires a lot of hard work. The notion that you must work hard to earn money is widely accepted, but in reality, there is no direct correlation between hard work and financial success. If you find yourself constantly mentally exhausted whenever you work for money, it could indicate that you are either engaged in the wrong line of work or lack the necessary resources and tools. But juggling 3 jobs at once while putting in long hours don't automatically make things fall into place. It's true that in the beginning, especially when there are fewer people and fewer resources available, you may have to put in some extra effort, but it should only last for a short time. Humans are not designed to work continuously for more than 10 hours without experiencing fatigue or burnout. Number 7. Money is not necessary for financial success. Let's say you're in a pinch and decide to walk the distance from point A to point B. Simultaneously, another person drives from point A to point B and then rents out their car to others so they too can make the journey. After renting out their car and generating income, they use that money to acquire another vehicle and continue the same process. As the business flourishes, they embark on marketing activities. This scenario is an example of what not to do since achieving the desired outcome takes significantly more time. So the question arises, is having money necessary to travel from point A to point B? Technically, no. However, the choice is not between pursuing the journey with or without money. It revolves around whether or not you possess the financial means to expedite the process faster. Number 8. Having financial freedom requires a steady stream of passive income. Imagine you are a highly acclaimed writer selling hundreds of thousands of books monthly. Each sale generates royalty profits, which can be considered passive income. However, it's important to note that by the time your books reach such high sales figures, you will already be earning a lot of money from various events like TED Talks and symposiums. In this context, the passive income from book sales serves as an additional bonus on top of your already substantial earnings. Number 9. Money will not transform your life. The purpose of accumulating wealth is to transform how you experience life. That's the primary motivation behind seeking financial success. Therefore, it is inevitable that money will bring about changes in you. It may not alter your core values or the things you appreciate in the world, but it will undoubtedly influence other aspects of your life, including how you interact with others. Often, these changes occur unconsciously, without you even realizing them. Ultimately, if you aspire to increase your wealth, you must be willing to embrace personal change and growth. Number 10. Financial success will inevitably follow if you pursue what you're genuinely passionate about. While passion brings joy when engaging in something close to your heart, it rarely leads to substantial financial success. In reality, it's pretty rare for passion alone to generate significant income. It's essential to recognize that the pursuit of money and passion often need to be kept separate without overlapping. In many cases, what you do for financial gain may not align with your true passions. However, finding excitement and fulfillment in your work can still be achieved by striving for excellence. When you excel at something, even if it's not your passion, the sense of accomplishment can compensate for the lack of passion and provide a fulfilling experience. Hi! It looks like you've reached the end of this video. Thank you for watching this far. Please subscribe and give a like if you enjoyed it, and comment your thoughts in the comment section. This is Finance Sense, helping you keep up with all the latest trends in the financial markets and the economy. See you around!